everybody, all the genres are just looking at the idle games because they need to kind of come up with new concepts, just how to bring players to games, right?
Or you mean like idle is pushed to do some completely new shit? So that's why everybody is copying idle.
Exactly. Yes.
Isn't everybody copying Forex?
No, nobody's copying Forex.
But Forex only uses Forex, and everybody else uses idle. That's the thesis.
Forex also uses idle.
This is a no-bullshit gaming show where we talk about games and their revenue in great detail, powered by our ad monetization, game design, and user acquisition triple threat expertise. Welcome to the 2.5 Gamers, the unfiltered truth served with a side of giggles. Let's not forget this is a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously. Tune in now and stay 2.5 steps ahead of the gaming industry.
I hope so.
What festival?
Grape. It won't get cancelled. You never know. So welcome everybody. Now festivals in Slovakia are getting cancelled. Almost like gaming companies during this this situation in the market. Anyway, thank you again for tuning in. My name is Matej, Lancaric.
I'm Felix Braberg.
And I'm Jakub Remia.
And we are your hosts. And we are recording a second podcast today. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
4 times this week.
Yeah. It's a lot of, it's a lot of stuff. We are committed to this. It's all about consistency. And today we're talking about Idle Outpost. Why are we talking about Idle Outpost? Well, I don't even know. I know. It's a great game, which was scaling. Now it's not that much. So maybe we'll find out what happened. But they're scaling back a little bit. But also it was pitched by one of our fans as well. And we discussed this on our AMA. And by the way, there is another AMA, Ask Me Anything, which is happening on 21st of August, 5:30 p.m. Felix said it's maybe. So let's see.
Maybe.
I might not be able to ask anything. I might not be there.
Or might not be able to answer anything. Okay. We'll see. Don't worry. We'll get some guests or something, which is
another token blonde.
Who might that be? Let's see. Okay, so who wants to kick it off? Jakub, as usual, and then we go ads and UA. There's not that much UA, honestly.
Yeah, the thing is that this time I'm kind of quite pissed, to be honest, because I was playing the game on emulator as usual, but then I wasn't able to get to one part of the game, which was like always telling me like reconnection, like what is happening? So I installed it on mobile through Google connection account, and then I went back to emulator and it doesn't work for the last 2 days. So I'm gonna do this time from video.
Maybe you played on the phone
like a normal human being.
Yeah, like a normal human being.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Anyway, we're gonna do it from video. Who cares?
This is where
I did myself. I did myself.
Okay, at least
not the YouTube one.
Okay.
At
least that.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, as usual, let's frame this.
Jesus Christ.
So what do we have here? Idle Outpost.
Like me.
By Up Quantum Publishing. And if I understand correctly, the name of the developer is what? I forgot the name.
Oh, the dev. Oh, yeah.
The dev.
Let me check as well.
Because I think we already covered one of their games before. You can check in the meantime.
Rock Bite Games.
Yeah, check it, because I think we already covered. We didn't really.
No, we didn't. We just talked about it on the AMA because I told you this.
Okay, I still think that we covered at least one game from them.
Okay, let me just do the magic on the chart part, and I will do the magic on the googling.
You do the googling, I'll do the charts. Anyway, so the game's soft launch from April last year. It's a pretty long soft launch for a hybrid, basically.
Hybrid? How's a hybrid? It's an idle game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an idle game, straight up. There's no hybrid here. It's
a hybrid game. Man. You'll get it.
It's a good old-fashioned
How far did you play? You didn't. Okay, doesn't matter. Moving on.
Ooh. Can you be a little bit less aggressive, please? I mean,
There's really
there's
angry
like
this morning as well.
there's like low aggression policy on this podcast.
If you take my emulators out of me, you see what happens.
Ooh, oi, 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 oi.
So we
All right.
continue. It started scaling basically in May, all the way to something like 85k a day.
You take
IPs
out
only.
the emulators, you can't speak as well.
Yeah, seems
Okay, fair enough.
so. On download side, went all the way to like 100k downloads a day. So outstanding job. And then somewhere on
Ooh.
like middle of July, started heavily downscaling, I would say, even sharply. So I don't know what's happening there, but it's still doing something like 35k IP a day.
Man.
Altogether, cross 10 millions and 6 million revenue IPs. Yes?
Rockbite Games, one game, Sandship, Crafting Factory. You have no fucking idea what it is.
Okay, then I mistook the name with some other.
Yeah,
developer.
I think
most
it's
probably.
Redfin we're confusing it with.
Who's
If you
Redfin?
look at the account of UpQuantum regarding its overall kind of a thing that's kind of, let's say, driving it, Golden Goblins did 1.5 million downloads in July. Idle Outpost did 1.4 million downloads in July,
Yeah.
basically. Then there's Idle Lumber Empire, Legend of Slime, Idle Light
Yes.
City, and so on and so forth. And regarding revenue side, it's still being driven mostly by Golden Goblins, which did 3.2 million IP revenue, which is still much more ad revenue on top of it. I don't remember the ratio that we like
I'll
last
get it.
time.
I'll find it.
Felix finds it. And Idle Lumber Empire is still, like, I would say on par.
Why
2
don't we
million
talk also
50%,
about...
50% on top with Golden Goblins.
Ooh,
Okay,
nice.
so that's like 6 million a month.
Yeah,
That's
at
very
least.
good.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
So a giant amount of revenue is still coming from ads. There's also Legends of Slime. There's also shit ton of ads, which is doing like 1.3 million a
30%,
month.
bro, 30%, not shit enough.
Yeah, okay. So, but anyway, like all these three, there's basically 4 games that make around 2 million a month.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff there.
So we should talk about Idle Lumber as well at some point, no?
Yeah, we can talk about the lumber also. Like it seems like it's been here for quite a long time.
Yeah, for quite some
actually.
time.
Yeah.
I think that
If
was
I understood
the...
correctly, my gym trainer played this.
You heard it
do
here
you have
first,
any-
folks.
Yeah, do you have any more random insights,
Comment?
please? Yeah, I would love to hear
I'm
them.
too angry to make fun. He's too angry to make fun. I'm too scared.
Yeah.
You know, like,
If I understand correctly.
Yeah,
let me
maybe he will
double-check
throw a
with the game.
dumbbell at you. I don't know.
Yeah. He showed me. He showed me literally this game. He was playing
Should
it.
you just work out in the gym and not like play games maybe with the gym, you know?
did you bring the emulator to the gym?
No.
And is that why it's broken?
No, but yeah, this looks.
This is why you can't take nice things to school, Remo.
That was pretty good. Anyway.
Anyway, if you go to creative, I'm pretty sure you will see the river creative in there as well.
we'll go to the game.
100%.
We'll go
Yeah,
to the
it
game.
is.
Okay, we're losing focus.
Yeah, we're losing focus. Creative.
What did you expect?
There's the river.
Man, you
Okay.
see this? Go back.
Yeah.
No, go back. You know which creative is this? Exactly 1-to-1? It's
Which
Township.
Clerics. Yeah,
It's Township.
Clerics.
It's
Township.
exactly the same we showed in the June creative
Yeah.
trends. It's exactly the same. Oh, fucking hell.
I
Guys,
wonder who was first.
I know who was.
UpQuantum.
I
They're
know
usually
it was
first, huh?
UpQuantum. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they're
know.
first.
they had Golden Goblins, so,
Creative director reached out to me after our Creative Trends June episode, and he was really glad to see Whiteout Survival getting inspired by them. Not very happy about the other side of the barricade.
Yeah. Let's continue. Idle Outpost. Yeah. So as said, I don't have an emulator, but I have a video of me playing the game. Basically,
It's fine. Don't worry. It's okay. Don't
So,
you know? It's
immediately, if you see what's there, what game are we looking at as the origin of this core?
fine. This adventure.
Adventure, exactly. So Adventure is a cooking idle game that pretty much is an idle game that simulates the time management of a cooking game. Whereas here, what happened with the team? My favorite thing.
It's zombies.
You add
Survival.
zombies, everything's much better.
Absolutely.
Immediately. Life's better with zombies, pretty much.
Why
So
don't
we have
we should have zombies in the logo.
Man, at the end of the year, we should do like top 10 zombie games.
Yes.
Zombie
Yeah.
episode.
And why wait until the end of the year?
Just do it right after this.
Yeah,
Like fucking zombies are everywhere. It's working so good.
yeah, I know.
Anyway, looking at the game, you can see that there's pretty much the standard core of adventure. So there's these different stations that you can upgrade.
Jakub, can you click on the menu?
Fuck you. There's these different stations. There's the tips mechanic where other customers come into your store and like get tips. They have it as I said, is this kind of survival team. So instead of food, you're giving them like binoculars, matches, guns.
So basically, you're running
kits.
a store in the zombie apocalypse, and people are coming to buy supplies.
Sometimes it's not even a store. Actually, like they have pretty good. You'll see as I go to the end where I go to another location. They even have like a little bit of story in the beginning. Like the main character pretty much shoots his girlfriend because he turns into a zombie.
Yeah,
like that's like second map.
That's a creative. Everybody, all of the zombie games use.
The interesting part, as I said, these towns or whatever locations that you're going through, they have pretty interesting level design. Like sometimes it's like a crash site that you need to get the shovel, which unlocks a new mechanic, or like prison that you need to save some people, whatever. There are even these zombies across the fence that you can click and burst pretty much and get money. Like there's a lot of iteration actually. You see these here on the bottom. If you click them, you actually get soft currency out of them, and it's scaled by the way, so it pays off. Yeah. So like let's take that the team that was building this game, they took adventure as default, literally. And what happens, they started adding on top of it, and they add a shit ton stuff on top of it. So let's go through this, because if we go forward, so these are as I start to go through, so there's the vault mechanic. This is pretty much exact same as in adventure. You have just hard currency, perma upgrades of multipliers that are increasing all the, how much money you get from videos, boosting your progress to ads, retain offline money, whatever, like just multipliers. This is just passive income increase. That's pretty much the same mechanic, like exactly the same as adventure have that. The other thing they have there is this kind of idle mechanic. I don't think so. No, this is new because what it does, it interconnects all the other modes in the game. Because top currency is for summoning artifacts, second currency is for leveling pets, third currency is for the blue one is for asynchronous PvP, and fourth currency, it's a magic lamp.
Oh,
yeah, we'll get.
Where did we see that? Yeah, where did we see that?
Yeah, so the shovel is very, very specific. I'll get to it as we go, and you can set notifications of each of these, of course. Then there's the typical battle pass mechanic. Nothing new to it. It's just do missions, do stuff, blah blah blah, get rewards, pro pass and super deluxe pass, and there we go. Then there's the usual spin wheel and lucky wheel. First one is free, then 5 for ads, next one for free in 5 minutes. This is actually like they don't really cap stuff with timers. I don't know how like Felix will cover this, but I don't think so there's much timers or caps regarding their stuff, because it's just kind of you can watch ads pretty much every 10 seconds.
The thing about idle games and ads, right? The rewarded creative is the supreme, right? And you don't want to limit your users at all to ever watch ads. So
yeah, but at some point the ads should at least have equal value. I'll show you why it doesn't have equal value.
Yeah,
that's like one of the like the problems that they have here.
But let me just point out one thing which I thought is interesting, since you're talking about the storyline, because I wanted to talk about that a bit, because I've worked on a lot of idle games, like 10. And
because they need
always the ones that have the highest impression per DAU on the rewarded ads they have are always the ones with stories. And if you don't have a story, you tend to be around 8 to 12. But if you have like a story plot with IP or anything like that, that's when you can really get to the higher kind of 14 to 16, sometimes 15, 19 as well.
Why
but like
is that?
That's like the really magic of having story and IP, especially in idle games.
But do you think there's like causation or just correlation?
I really think it's due to stories, because you want to unlock the next story part. Like when I was working on The Office, like that was one of the major things, right? Unlocking the next chapter and stuff like
it's
that.
a different thing, man.
Yeah, but I said like
you can't
stories,
compare.
yeah. Well, that's the same for the other ones, right?
You have a story IP, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still works. I mean, the same was for Cheech and Strong. That's what I said with IP, yeah.
Of course it works.
Okay, then but
like,
do you have any other
if
examples?
I'm just saying I've seen a really big difference when you have a story with IP and when you don't. I don't think these guys have that like for the extra, because I don't think the story is compelling enough to drive it the same way. Like if you
there's
play,
not much story. It's just like two screenshots
exactly,
between the levels.
exactly.
Like
That's why I
nothing.
don't think they have it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
even the tutorial menus, there's not like a character telling you whatever, do something. It's just like hand pointing, force click, whatever. Yeah, moving on. There's the gear part, which is again very, very similar to Adventure with one good iteration, because in my opinion, Adventure's default gear system is flawed. It's not good. What they did here, actually, they have this recipe book at the bottom. So the problem with Adventure system is that you just invest a lot of resources into one. Basically, you consume other tokens into one other token, and then it's very disadvantageous to move to another one because you need to level it from the scratch. And like I don't think so the XP translates one to one. But these guys, they still have the same 4 slots, but you have the special icon which tells you pretty much is part of a recipe where you can create a new like high rarity item through different tokens that you collect from the gacha. So this is good. This is, I think, much better than just like the base one that Adventure has.
Why is it better than the base one?
Because it gives meaning to shitty tokens.
Okay. Thank you.
Now you have stuff
yeah,
to do. No, that's okay. That's okay. Good that you pointed.
Not everybody knows.
Yeah. Moving on forward, let's go. Yeah, this is the typical, every 10 seconds a guy comes in and you can...
There's not a problem you can't solve with a rewarded ad in this game.
Exactly. Everything can be solved with a rewarded ad. Yeah, moving on. Let's move. Actually, yeah, there's a total profit. Pretty much like very, very structured way of how to communicate how much like, plus profit percentages you have there. I really like this because not only you can boost it with the ads, you have the permanent boost with money, and then with hard currency there's these like energy cans that you can also eat. I think are missing the usual. Like these games are very specific in a way that this is not your typical adventure communities, adventure capitalists or golden goblins, when you can watch like 5 ads in a succession and like stack like 3 hours until like 12 hours if you sleep or go away, and like you have double the profits during those 12 hours. These are very stingy in a way that the boosts are only for 5 minutes. You can increase those by the tokens in the vault, like to like I don't know 10 minutes or whatever with upgrades, but you never get to the point like adventure companies where like watch an ad and get double profits for 3 hours and do it 4 times. So yeah, this is a little bit of different economy setup for an idle game. Moving on forward, we get here. Yeah, I think let's finally move to a second game.
Oh, hello.
Which is, guess what?
The Legend of Mushroom.
It's the Legend of Mushroom, exactly. Where we have seen this screen.
Oof. Jesus
Many
Christ.
times.
Yeah, so basically these guys slapped Legend of Mushrooms on top of Adventure. It's literally like that. So if you see here, this is pretty much the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, instead of a lamp, you just like open loot all the time. You see if it's better or not. You either drop it or equip it, and then doesn't matter. You still get XP for it, and then you level up. Or you can skip to whatever better offer that I got here. But your level is here, and it's increased by you pretty much checking out loot. Doesn't matter. So this is pretty much Legend of Mushrooms, a little bit simplified, which is good.
But why is it there? Like, what it does actually to the whole gameplay experience? This is just for loot. You can transfer the loot from here to
arena.
Yeah,
okay. Fight with this. I'll get to it later.
Okay.
So you have this character that has one set of gear, which is the profit multipliers that you saw for the adventure part. Then there's this another set of gear where you have 6 slots and 4 tactical slots. This is basically Legend of Slime or Legend of Mushroom.
Yeah, they have the Legend of Slime in the portfolio. So
yeah. So they know what they're doing. Then there's like one more token there, another token here. This is a dock, pretty much another power progression layer.
Ooh, that was a nice one. Oh.
Yeah. Doesn't have it leveled, but anyway. So you have few of these like power progression slots where you just upgrade with different currencies and gives you just more power, which is like HP, attack, combos, some multipliers, whatever. There you have there. At some point you fight the boss and move to the next level. that's pretty much common. And it's actually a turn-based combat. It's not the usual Legend of Slime, like goodbye screen particles everywhere.
They're jumping like South Park.
Yeah, it's a South Park combat, actually. That's a very good analogy. Once you win it, you move to the next one. There's always an ad where you can increase the reward just by ad. I didn't do that this time. And you get actually the gear that you saw that is the one that you get for the adventure progression.
Okay.
So the gear
You fight
from
gear to get gear for the
from
other
the
part of
bosses
the
and
game.
from these like level up upgrades, you get gear to adventure. But if I just go and roll the lamp or the shovel here, I find gear that gives me attack and damage here. And also tactical gear, these 4 kind of survival things, shits, whatever.
Can you play without playing this one?
What do you mean? Like if you can ignore it?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Okay.
You can't, because you probably will be like very underleveled. And there's the third button is the asynchronous PvP arena, which is literally what I just said. It's just PvP, where this South Parky combat you fight with other players.
South Parky combat.
It's
exactly like yeah.
Like you can imagine Cartman with a shotgun.
Exactly.
That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty tactical because you have a lot of these stats like poison, stun, combo, whatever, anti something. So let's say I pick a guy. Then you have these arenas.
Snake.
By the way, they have very interesting arenas. They have like arena that's called like Temelin Air 4. Which is the nuclear reactor from Czech Republic.
Okay.
Just saying. Yeah, but basically you fight in this combat. This is, again, limited per day based on those blue tickets that you get, again, from the adventure part. Again, another part where you can get these artifacts that gives you...
Why didn't you just watch an ad?
Because I didn't want to watch an ad. Again, we got artifacts to our adventure progression, and then there's a typical like lists of tasks to do, or rankings, or battle passes, or arena ladder, whatever, like all these other things that you would kind of usually find in these things. Shops also very interesting because there's like 5 tabs in the shop, and 4 of them have their own like claim your daily free reward. Each one is a different currency. These black vouchers, they are actually used for buying different avatars and like players that you use there. Other than that, it's pretty much standard. The yellow tickets are the ones for skipping ads, so they also have that. And then
which are quite easily accessible, to be honest.
Yeah, it's quite good. This is also, by the way, pretty interesting. So they have this, our favorite step offer from Monopoly, but this is actually...
it's not from Monopoly, it's from Rush Royale, basically. That's what they said.
Rush Royale?
It was before Monopoly Go, it was in Rush Royale.
Okay.
Absolutely, like a year ago.
Okay, the better then.
At least.
This is actually the one that's being driven by your wins in arena. So you need to actually win in the arena to get, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, whatever, in order to be even eligible to get this.
Yeah.
And to get the move here, of course, you need to pay. So it's with a little bit of twist that they have there. And then, the typical upgrade menu, as I said, I think I'll upgrade all the other parts in the meantime. We can skip that a little bit to just show you how it looks if you have these quacks on the top. This is, I think, also very good. That pretty much navigates you all the time. It's a little bit of play on what like adventure communists have, where you had again 3 tasks that you could choose. So again, we're traveling to new location, everything resets, you get some permanent rewards, and there you go. It's like the usual rinse and repeat thing here. And we're starting again our whatever shop of Walking Dead survivors. Yeah, you can destroy the zombies and do stuff there.
Events, I like the art style.
Yeah, the art style is very cute. That's very good. And as I said, zombies. What can go wrong?
That definitely works.
Each venture, Legend of Slime, like together, and zombies. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, and what I wanted to say last is that, of course, they have the event system, which is again very typical for idle games, where you pretty much start a new progression.
You have also Whiteout Survival there?
Whiteout Survival. But honestly, this changes. Like yesterday, it was this like giant cow being milked. or whatever. I'm not joking. So today is Whiteout Survival.
Yeah, or Frozen City or whatever. Yeah, okay.
or whatever, where you have these 3 quests. It works a little bit different. Like it's a little bit streamlined, which is great because you don't need to go that deep basically.
Yeah.
But it's the same. You have your own tokens, own progression or something on a timer that ends in 60 hours, and afterwards it gives you some permanent rewards into the main progression. So that's there. Like pretty kind of standard stuff. So what we have here is basically a game that is based on the core layer of Adventure together with its meta layer, and on top of it they slashed Legend of Mushroom, added let's say the base layer of Legend of Mushroom, because Legend of Mushroom is much more fleshed out meta. Yeah, but it still creates a very, very complex game, which I think is like one of the issues here, where the unfolding is super fast. Like this, literally, you can get here like in 2 days. And I don't think so. Like a Western user wants to get into a game that has 10 different currencies in 2 days. Yeah, they have it like super fast.
Yeah, like 7 at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like even Survivor is slower than this.
Yeah.
So I think guys a little bit overshoot it with this kind of I don't know. I would maybe go a little bit slower on the user, but this is like actually screams a little bit to me like a Chinese game in a way. Like the feature set is so massive here that like it's nearly the same as like Asian games have. Like just look at all these icons, man. This is 2 days of progress.
Yeah.
That's like just too big, I think. So that could be like one of the problems that maybe the users.
What did you change in this case? Like what? Like what did you change? Like slow down the unfolding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Slow down the unfolding, definitely. Slow down the unfolding. Maybe also make some stuff even more streamlined. So, for instance, if we go to Legend of Mushroom's inventory system here, so what we have here: 6, 10. 11, 12 slots. I think we can go completely okay with just like 7 or something. Like just grab this and just have the dog and the gear. Like, why do you need that much? Because again, more slots means more maintenance, more strategy, more choosing stuff, more whatever. And like, do you really need that many layers?
More understanding of the things that what they do.
Exactly. Like for instance, I really like when we covered last time Slime Castle, where they took like Survivor IO typical inventory system, just 4 slots. That's enough. Don't need 6. So you could go there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just speculating why there is this kind of very heavy, sharp decline in like downloads revenue. Could be maybe one of the, I don't know what's the retention showing. On
I'm not sure we have double retention yet.
If you go to Sensor Tower, I just thought this would be interesting. If you do Idle Outpost at the same time, put Idle Bank Tycoon by Colibri Games and compare those two charts.
They 36% retention. That could be a problem. Revenue or retention, or what do you want there, Felix?
Revenue. So basically Idle Outpost and then Idle Bank Tycoon, and do since the start of the year.
Colibri,
yeah.
Yeah, so if I get that right, Idle Bank hit like its peak in 30k a day.
That's not correct.
Yeah, but
it was way more. Yeah, it's growing.
Interesting.
I worked with them recently for a month as like a
50k downloads a day.
PTO replacement, and this.
If you go to revenue, you see like Idle Bank is steadily going up, and basically it's a bit of a shark fin on Idle Outpost.
Yeah, it's a complete shark fin. So
yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, it's not complete shark fin because it's was
scaling
for 2 months, and now it's just it's on 43,000, which is on IIPs, which is 3 times more than Idle Bank Tycoon. So guys, I mean, if the numbers are, if they are the multipliers that I saw on Idle Bank are the same on Idle Outpost, then Idle Outpost is doing fucking insane money.
Yeah.
Which is
a nice segue to ads, right?
Yeah.
Golden Goblin seems to have like much more retention numbers. Last thing I want to say, Adventure still makes fucking like what? Like 20k or whatever, let's say 30k IIP, and then like what, double or even triple?
Way more now, like it was It was 80% ads or whatever. I don't know. Last time,
But
Felix, when
this
we
is
were
very
talking
stable.
about-
It's
Yeah,
still
it's- yeah.
shit
It's
ton
not
of
going
money.
anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
Just that. Yeah,
So
there you go,
it's
Felix.
pretty good.
Well, like I said, there's nothing in this game you can't solve without a rewarded ad, right? And they only have rewarded ads because it's an idle game, and that's pretty much the ad unit that they live on, right? So I counted placements, and I got to about 12, but I'm sure I missed some idle work, like additional worker, welcome back, boost for 5 minutes, lucky wheel, free cash dynamic, store free chest, shovels dynamic, update survivor or like immediately. There's just so many of them, right? It's just completely like Legend of Slime, so many of them. It's just nearly impossible to count. You go down one menu that you haven't been and there's another rewarded ad, right?
Yeah,
I was surprised why they didn't have this like boost your power with how many ads you watch thing. that Legend of
Exactly.
Slime has.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. That's the one like ad unit. I was like, why isn't that here? Because like that's the one that gives you like a goalpost. So what's hard to estimate on ad revenue on this is the fact that they have skippets, right? And like normally like an idle game that scales to this level is getting at least like 10 to 14 impressions per DAU at 70 to 75%, right? So that's usually what I see on the idle games I've worked on. The ones that go to up to like 16 to 19 always had the story that we argued about before. I don't think they're getting to that level. I think basically I said 11, which is a bit on the safer side. Which means with their DAU of 500,000 a day, adjusted for the ECPMs, basically in the last 30 days, they've made $78,000 a day, which is about 57% of the total revenue of the app.
So he's making 60K a day?
70K a day, 70 to 80K, yeah. So, yeah. What to say here? Like, there's just so many ad placements, like, yeah, I don't know if they can improve on anything except what we talked about, like better story that always adds more impressions, and then also like the meta one. But like, how many more impressions can that really add, right? Like that's the thing.
Remember this date when Felix is bitching about not having a story?
Yeah.
Hexasword has a story.
I really,
Really?
you know, it has a story. Like you can't solve the fucking levels, so I need to solve it for you. That's the story of Hexasword.
Thank you, Daddy. Show some creatives, Matej.
Oh, that's it.
Like, ads are very, very, very properly done.
Yeah, like
very properly done. No,
you
like
gotta tip your chapeau.
So, I will start with this. I mean, you saw some of the credits already in the previous episode, but what I found interesting is when let's just go here. Actually, it's like global analysis where you can see all the geos and all the channels.
I've never seen this one.
I've never seen this one either.
This is a new one?
I mean, it's not new. I just don't use it that much in this.
You never used it.
No, I never used it. Felix used it when I was away, and I think you talked.
So you're jealous because Felix used this last time.
No,
he was
didn't
putting
use
Matej
this
head.
one. No, yeah, it was Matej, but they didn't use this one. This is global. He used the country one.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Because I wanted to know like if we can see like a dip in like certain channels where they started scaling down, and
I
I
figure out why it's
declining.
declining.
Yeah, exactly. So I was trying to find out like why is this happening. Maybe I will find out something, but it's not very visible in here. Maybe we can do like last 90 days. Like they are scaling down heavily everywhere, basically. Like it's basically everywhere. Uplavin the most impacted, then also the Mintegral is impacted. Like everything is just like going down, and maybe they found out like the long-term kind of ROAS or retention, it's not that great, so they're kind of backing up a little bit just not to waste money. But what really is interesting is like, what the fuck is Google? Like seriously, like for us,
surely that's an error. You don't scale this much without Google. There's no way, right?
You scale on Uplavin quite a lot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would assume, or maybe we can try this ads transparency bullshit. Transparency.
What are we doing?
Google. I'm trying to find this 1 second. Just
for those who don't know, Matej has so many tabs that you can't count them, and if the computer tries to count them, it crashes.
Yeah, your head crazy. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's bullshit because there is idle outpost in the up
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
but it's idle outpost. So it's not that. Yeah, it's majority is Lumber Empire and
Can you just put their idle outpost?
no, because that's why I
I
said
need to- you need to account?
bullshit. It needs to be the company name shown in Slovakia. Okay, fucking hell. Let's just change these to US actually.
Put Control F search and do idle outpost. You can count them.
Yeah, 4.
4?
Yeah, so it's like this is the best source for any of the UA on Google. So I guess the sensor tower is correct. Like there is a little bit of like few creatives. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, but this is just like some AI connected bullshit. But let's check it out. You can check. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that. Oh, but also like interesting stuff. The thing is, like, I don't think you realize like how nothing in terms of the gameplay is shown in here.
Yeah.
And it's never gonna be in any of the creatives. Even the creative. Yeah, look here. This is
our favorite river.
Favorite river creative, which this is like nothing in terms of the gameplay. I mean, there are the assets obviously. So this is. I mean, this is not even altered. It's like, or maybe it is. Yeah,
it's altered to the point it's non-existent exactly.
Yeah, it's non-existent basically, and this is how it works. Like, I think in the idle genre now, like if you don't, the core game, it's not that interesting, is it? I mean, in terms of like creatives, I didn't see. Ooh, this is great. You know what it is?
I wonder if the rise of like whiteout survival has just like saturated the idle creative market.
What?
If you're seeing so many idle style creatives, like people are gonna get bored of it.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
You know what this is?
Pajama socks.
No, pajama socks. This is like these wires. It's just like this is the hyper casual shit. It's just sorting things. It's like from.
Okay, there's a river again.
There's a river again. There was just like a hook. Yeah,
okay.
Just hyper casual hook. But what happened to idle is basically like whatever. Like everybody is watching idle games. Because the idle part, as I said, is boring in terms of like showcasing in
doesn't monetize. That's the thing.
But that's the there's the other part of the equation.
Here we have the problem.
The CPI. Yeah, but the CPI is kind of, and like it's if you don't get players, they don't convert. So what can you do? So that's why everybody, all the genres are just looking at the idle games because they need to kind of come up with new concepts, just how to bring players to games, right?
Or you mean like idle is pushed to do some completely new shit?
Exactly.
That's why everybody is copying idle.
Exactly. Yes.
Isn't everybody copying Forex?
No, nobody's copying Forex.
But Forex only uses Forex, and everybody else uses idle. That's the thesis.
Forex also uses idle. You saw it.
Okay, so everybody uses idle, and Forex uses everything.
Forex uses mainly hyper casual and then idle, but then
everybody else uses idle.
Everybody else tried to use idle things like idle games. Like you see Township and all of these
because idle is pushed to the wall of like being innovative.
Exactly.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah, that's my assumption. So because like you see like all of these, which is fuck. We saw this already. But I was very, confused, honestly, of what I'm seeing in terms of like the creative. I mean, there are a lot of playables, obviously, which makes a lot of sense. We can play them, but it's gonna be fucking loud because this is how it's done on the playable side. Anyway, what is this?
Adventure.
It's just like it's basically My Perfect Hotel with all these like toilet papers. At least a little bit. Okay.
I would say it's more closer to Golden Goblins with the
Oh
stacking
yeah, okay,
mechanic.
fair enough. It's all the uploving stuff, and then it's like, why was I kind of not pleasantly surprised that the creative depth is definitely missing? It's just
So would this mean if I now open Golden Goblins, they will have the River Creatives?
we can check. River Creative, I'm not sure how that makes sense. All the goblins, what should be. Look, right? It's like next time maybe we can just check like idle games only and what creatives they run, and then just try to find out whichever companies are copying it. By the way, Young sent me this hilarious creative from a Royal Match, and you will shit your pants when I show it to you in the next Creative Trends in August, because we talked about this today, and it's amazing. It's a combination of the Sling, Shark, and the King. So
from Royal Match?
Yeah. So guys,
they're already on. Okay.
Yeah, they're already there.
Already on the trend. Okay.
Yeah, this is what we saw already. A little bit.
So conveyor belts, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And then it's like, okay. This is also the you see the hyper casual kind of sorting things, I guess. Ooh. So it's for these they're pretty long videos. Actually.
That's new.
Yeah, that's new. Fans is there. It's like build the bridge, right? Type of thing. So it's not bad. Like it's like they're really coming up with great different concepts. Saving people, right? That's the main
zombie
concept.
Theme, basically.
Zombie theme, survival. Cars, helicopters, emojis,
Brad
bullshit,
jumping out of a plane on fire.
Traffic.
Yeah.
Traffic jam.
More helicopters, and yeah. At least there is a great sound. So I mean, I would with this type of revenues. So I'm pretty sure like they were growing the budget significantly, and if they hit like 80K a day on IIPs, which is like 140, 60 together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that.
It should be around like 50 or 10 or 100K per day spent. Especially when they have the uploving and minting around the top.
Which pushed the ROAS to where? Like 3 months?
Pretty much. I would assume.
Okay.
Because but then you show the retention, which
isn't really looking good.
Yeah, it's just really not looking great on like the long term. I mean, short term maybe yes. So that's why I think if they want to push, they just need to look at day 30 or day 60 maximum. Which I'm not sure how it's gonna kind of unlock the additional budgets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is nice. But yeah, let's see. Yeah,
it's the
same thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the same thing all over again. Which
is much creative concepts, aren't they?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That was my problem. Like you have the hook with that, and like some of these like concepts here and there, but not a lot for this type of budget.
You can do so many different hooks here. Like
absolutely, yeah.
Stories.
Exactly.
So you're not going to make a good score then, huh?
Most probably no. Also, I need to count one interesting fact into the score, which is signing the lot complete, guys. No, that's joking. Yes, yeah, is it.
So, scores, gentlemen.
Rating board. Who's first? Matej, as usual.
4.
Wow.
4 out of
10.
Out of 10. Okay.
No, I'm joking. It's like maybe 6. Because it's not as bad, but it's like there's so many things they can do better in terms of the creatives, the channels like Google. I mean, seriously, like I can't even think about this. Like TikTok is there. I was working on TikTok for Legend of Slime. It's looking very good. And
give me the screen.
Yeah.
Look what I found.
Tell me. Show me. There you go. Oh yeah,
There's
nice.
our river.
That's a river creative. Nice. Yeah, I mean, if you can zoom it a little bit, maybe. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go, Mister.
Those are my
yeah,
goblins.
Yeah.
my goblins and the river creative.
There's
So
the
I mean,
river.
look, they're the publishers, right? So they
They
see
know
the
what
numbers.
works,
They
yeah.
see the numbers. So yeah,
You got a score, Remo?
Yeah. So for me,
make it cold.
I would say something like 7.5. The iteration is really good because it's adding a lot of LTV and spend depth into the adventure economy, and like idols have like problems with economies anyway, and they pretty much did like brute force power progression, which is Legend of Mushroom, which is really good. The problem is execution of the unfolding, which is just too fast. This could like really, I would literally maybe trim down some things or just make them unfold slower, because some people will just get overwhelmed with, especially with this kind of a huge zombie game that suddenly morphs into 2 games in one. That's what basically it is.
But wait. Don't we always talk about like you need to do more games within one game, or this is just like too complex?
It's not too complex. Is that like some of the mechanics they just add?
You can't believe your eyes, right?
No, they just add complexity without depth, I would say. Like as I said, like you don't need that many power layers there.
Okay.
Like Legend of Mushroom. Like why? Like you want to borrow the mechanic, you don't want to borrow the whole game.
Okay, fair.
That's there, and then fix your backend, guys, so I can play it on emulators. That's the other thing. But overall, I think
it's a great game. I think it's a great game.
Yeah, like in the end, it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. That's why, like as I
this
said,
can be easily 100 to 200k per day, 300k per day.
But there
Easily.
seems to be some problems probably in the long term of the game. Which I guess is where this kind of like giant complexity thing kicks in, which is the issue here. But let's see how it goes, because I don't think so. They're gonna throw it.
No.
Throw in the towel yet.
No, absolutely.
Felix?
8.
Nice.
I mean, I don't see how they stuff any more ads in here, like at all. Like where, except for that meta like meta goal of overall ad watches, but like that's like minor.
You didn't even see
the only
the
reason
ads
it's not
they
a
had
10. Sorry,
you didn't even see the ads they had in the event, the extra progression.
Yeah, that's like
even much
genius.
more there.
Yeah. The story, like unless you're getting a storyline in this, that's why I'm not giving a 10 for the ad placements.
All right, that's it. Thank you very much, guys. Please subscribe. Definitely helps a lot for us, and warms our hearts as well.
Join the Slack if you want to see what we're gonna review next, or you have questions, or you want to call our bullshit, and yada. That's there. Always welcome. Any feedback?
Always welcome. So thank you. Definitely join our AMA in 21st of August. I'm gonna post the link in the Slack channel so you can all join. Thank you very much. See you next time. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.